Hey there, Rebels. I'm so happy to have you back. Thank you for tuning back in to kind of check and see what the energies are going to be like this week. I am recording this video on Monday, which is March 6th, 2023. However, my intention is going to be that whenever you find this video, it is the message that you need to hear. So today is actually the full moon in Virgo, and for me personally, this always feels like a wonderful, fresh restart because I was born on this full moon in Virgo back in 1982. But I was not born on the 6th, I was born on the 9th, so my birthday is in 3 days and I'll be 41, and it was 41 seconds on the video count. So to me, that lines up. So today we're going to be diving back into the Sacred Rebels Oracle. I'm just going to shuffle and pull a card and kind of talk about whatever we have coming through. I've already cleansed the area. I'm going to ask that my guides, my spirit guides and spirit team, my angels, archangels, beloved ancestors, and light forces of the universe all come through and help to give us messages for the collective to kind of give us an idea of how everything is playing out, what our part is in it, and what we can do to really be receptive of those energies and work with them. Now, I know personally for me, the past couple of days have felt very much Virgo-y in wanting to get organized, wanting to get structured, wanting to get clean and get rid of clutter. And I've loved it because I'm very much a Pisces sun, so it's go with the flow. Structure really helps ground me, which is one of the biggest things that I need help with. Now, and that's going to be different for everybody. So you are going to have your own unique struggles and challenges and positive aspects of your being. So once again, this is just going to be a general message. One last shuffle through, and then I will pull our card. Now I am going to just be giving this message intuitively. If you would like to get the full reading, I can always list the healing that is offered down below. So today's card is What You Want Wants You. And I really love this because this is just a beautiful, hopeful message letting you know that, you know, whatever world you're trying to create, whatever life you're trying to build for yourself, the universe and all the energies around want to help support you in that. They want to see you at your best, at your most fulfilled, at your happiest, at your most committed to your own growth and committed to serving the people around you. Now, if you want a life of luxury and you want life to just be easy, I absolutely believe that we are entitled to that. I think that's how things should be. It shouldn't always be a struggle and a hustle and a grind to get done what needs to be done. I believe that it is supposed to be easy. So if what you are looking for is a life of ease, if you are looking for a life that is just simple, a life that is just heartfelt, a life that is very much involved in the community, that is what wants you as well, because that is where you're going to have the greatest impact. That is where you are going to be at your highest potential for service. So how does this tie in for us as rebels, as people who are living from the heart, as people who are looking for a new way to be, looking for a new way to live and create the world around us? Well, quite simply, all the work that we're putting in, all the work, all the dreams that we have for the life that we want for ourselves, for our children, for the whole world, it wants us too. And that's why you feel that calling, because you were sent here to help make that happen. So just remember to live in your heart. Remember to take time to settle in your heart every day, especially if you are coming up against a lot of stress, if you're coming up against things that feel overwhelming and fearful, because Lord knows if you watch the news, which I don't, but if you do watch the news, if you do read the newspaper, all of those sources are not set on bringing you joy, on bringing you stability, on bringing you comfort. They are very much set on keeping you in a fear mind state because, one, it lowers your vibration, so you're not able to attract the good that you are fearful of not having. And two, because it keeps you in a state where you are more likely and more easily controlled by other messages that are coming in. So I would say if you are watching and reading from traditional mainstream sources, I would cut back if you haven't already. And then I would find an alternative source, maybe people you actually personally know that live in certain areas of the country. So you can say, hey, this is what it feels like is going on here. What is it like over there for you? And then you're getting your information directly from, oops, sorry, I knocked this. Then you are getting your information from a source that you personally know and that you trust, or you know, relatively, if you're asking them for that information, I would assume that you trust them and you have some type of communication already in place. Now, another thing that I would just be mindful of on the whole, what you want wants you, if you stay in that vibration of fear, if you stay in that lower frequency of your senses, right? Like the fear, the distrust, the worry, the anxiety, you can just accumulate more of that. And we want to get away from that. So, what I would suggest is if you are aiming to create a certain type of life for yourself, the community, the world, but you find yourself being bombarded by all of these other frequencies, all of these other energies that you know are not in alignment with that highest self, with that goal, then take some time for yourself right then and there to shut it down. And this doesn't have to be a complete and total mental breakdown where you go off and cry in the bathroom, but it can be. Like if that is a way for your body to release those emotions right then by all means go and do that, because at least you're not holding it in. Okay. Another good way for me is journaling in the morning, making sure I'm setting up myself for success, right? Setting up my mindset for the day, and then having a plan of action in place for when I get frustrated or when I get overwhelmed, or, you know, when I feel like I'm getting short tempered, right? Breathing, very good for just resetting every cell in your body, getting that oxygen to it. So I would just, you know, recommend good posture, shoulders back, not hunched up by your knee, by your ears, but just relax into the back, and like nice, slow, deep belly breaths where you can feel the air moving through your body. And if you can't feel it, imagine it in your mind, just like if you're driving to work, you know the route. Just picture your lungs being full with air, and then picture that being distributed out down your arms to your fingertips, down your legs to your toes. Another thing that I found really helpful recently is tapping. I've always been interested in it, but I've never really committed to having a practice to it. And just, you know, finding certain points and having affirmations that you can say to really regulate your nervous system are going to help you feel empowered when those moments kick in where you realize your tail spinning or whatever you've been working for just blew up and is not going how you expected. I'm not saying that by choosing this path, by creating the life you want that also wants you, that you're not going to run into obstacles or struggles or setbacks. You absolutely are. That is just part of the beast. But if you have ways of coping, if you have tools in your arsenal to help you regulate how you are feeling when you're in that moment, and then having that as like a base where you can then shift your perspective and go, okay, this sucked. It didn't turn out how I wanted it to. I still want the same goal, so I'm still going to work for it, but I'm going to have to regroup and go again. And that is going to be vital for anyone who is doing this work, for anyone who is feeling called to really push forward and create a new earth for all of us, which if you're here, I know that's part of your goal or part of your soul purpose. So I thank you for that. I thank you for being in service to all of us. I thank you for getting in touch with yourself enough to recognize your path and recognize your purpose. And I thank you for having the courage for going out and chasing that and trying to bring that about. So for this week, as everything is changing and moving and the seasons are about to change, just kind of call on spring and that renewed hope that what you want wants you. The work that you are putting in, your guides, your team, your spirit team, all of the energetic light beings that are for the good, they see you putting in that work and they want you to have your reward just as much as you want that reward. Just know that you always have somebody who is working with you, even if you can't see them. And just keep in mind that you are worthy of it. You absolutely have everything you need inside of you already without needing to accomplish more or be more or do more to deserve what you want. You are worthy of it, and it is on its way to you, and it wants you to. So take that. I hope that it helps you have a great week. I hope that all of you are feeling empowered and in control and hopeful about the world that we are creating together. And once again, I thank you so much for being here. I'm grateful for your large, loving heart, and I hope you have the best week. I'll see you next week. Bye.